Welcome back to NYSE Live. Earlier this month, financial operations platform Ramp published new research showing that more than 47% of businesses had paid subscriptions to AI models or platforms in February, but that's not all the data showed. Joining me now for more on this is Ramp's economist, Ara Kharazian. Ara, welcome to the New York Stock Exchange.
Ashley, thank you for having me. It's exciting to be here.
All right, so this report or this research showed that half of businesses had subscriptions to AI services. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, well, look, AI is this transformational technology. There's a lot of hope that it's going to be the thing that's going to vault us into the next productivity boom. And yet there's very little economic data to support whether or not businesses are actually benefiting from this type of thing. We haven't seen any solid GDP numbers come out. It's not like unemployment's moving that much. So everyone's looking around, particularly in the market, for what data sets they can use to measure, hey, are businesses gaining from this kind of technology? Are they even using it? So that's the focus of our research. We're business spend platforms, so we see where companies are spending money and making those investments. In our data set, we saw not only that there was a significant run-up in AI adoption in 2025, now reaching to about 50% of businesses in the US, but there's been a significant change in the competitive landscape of these AI models. So if you looked a couple months ago, OpenAI was the definitive leader. That's now started to switch in the past couple of months. Anthropic has now become a new default for businesses that are buying AI for the first time, winning about 70% of matchups one-on-one against OpenAI. So that's the new thing that's happening in this market. It's that there's not only just this run-up in AI adoption, companies are increasingly buying more models and buying them from more companies, but the leadership is starting to shift as well.
Why do you think you're seeing, or we're seeing a spike in Anthropic versus OpenAI?
Look, these are two companies that had very different business strategies from the start. In many ways, OpenAI, which, to be clear, is still used by the most businesses in the US, it's still the most popular AI model, had a significant distributional advantage almost by being the consumer default. If you're a business buying AI for the first time, you're likely to buy ChatGPT because that's what you were aware of as a consumer. So that was OpenAI's distributional advantage. Get into the corporate market by starting with a strong consumer brand. Anthropic had a very different strategy. Anthropic initially targeted businesses and particularly targeted high productivity users. And we believe these are the users that ended up becoming these evangelists at companies. So they developed a really solid coding product. That was Claude Code, one of the most popular coding agents now on the market. They've now since started to strategize differently and move more into a consumer market. But they've done it by leveraging those evangelists in the corporate market first. So now they're launching their own consumer play. Claude Cowork is a product that's sort of broadly competitive with OpenAI's consumer offerings as well, and is also seeing an increase in popularity.
Do you think it's a challenge for large enterprise organizations to launch AI company-wide on a large scale?
Yeah. Well, so when we talk to businesses on our platform about, again, less than 50% of businesses have even paid for AI services on our platform. So there's a lot of room to grow. So when we talk to businesses about why they haven't started using this technology at all, there's a couple things that comes up. One, there's a significant trust issue. Like before you implement some AI voice agent to automate your customer service operations, you have to make sure that agent is not going to make promises it cannot keep to customers or say something and run wild. So there's that trust issue. Second, I think there's an issue of not really being sure where to start. This is a market in which it is really hard to make that's what seems like a very simple buying decision. What AI model should I buy? But it's not just about what company should you buy it from. It's how should you implement it across your organization. For a lot of these companies, it starts with a chatbot. But what we're finding in our research is that as you mature as a company on the AI adoption curve, you move beyond the chatbot into software that is actually productivity enhancing. And so there are companies that are developing software that's targeted toward a specific vertical, something like it's targeting customer service operations or it's targeting the finance operations of a firm. That's where the real productivity gains tend to be. But if you're a consumer or a buyer who has only interacted with the chatbot, you're not necessarily aware of how this market is developed. And so that tends to be the big blind spot for businesses and procurement managers specifically at these firms.
All right, thank you so much, Ramp's economist, Ara Kharazian, for joining us at the New York Stock Exchange.
Thank you so much, thank you.